reason. Did you knock me in mud, Mo? I think Mo knocked me in mud.
This ain't my horse.
Oh no.
What you mean? What was
Johnny, what's the word? And we back at you with another Red TED Talk. I think we on episode 13, and today we got a special for y'all, bro. I think our friend of the Nacho Boys, G, made a post one time on Twitter and went viral with it. Because we got a couple of guys sitting over here that's some major Red Dead influencers responding to a comment that he made about Rockstar. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce y'all to my man, Mr1FunnyMofo, and let him tell y'all what exactly he did. Funny, you got the motherfucking stage, bro. The first question is, yeah, man. I know you all good. The first question is, though, bro. Yes, sir. Thank y'all for tuning in. What exactly was the comment? And I know what the comment was, but I want you to go ahead and say it. And what made you put that comment down? Like, what made you decide to comment on Twitter that specific thing? Or was it just one of those, I'm gonna let you speak on it. He getting his mic ready, y'all, so just wait. But yeah, though, man, that's pretty much the first question. What was the post and why did it? Well, actually, you don't gotta tell us the post. I could tell y'all the post as soon as I find my damn phone. I just sat there and used my phone this whole time and now I can't find my phone. This is trash. And I don't know. Oh. It was in my face. Yeah, I hear you. Oh no, you all good, Yeah, I had lost my damn phone. But yeah, man, what was the post that you put that went viral?
Funny, put your share on.
Oh, Funny, you gotta share your voice.
Share on. Your share your voice.
You go to
party settings.
Okay, he can walk you through it. You don't gotta whisper, Ricks.
What?
You don't gotta whisper.
Oh yeah, well, shit. Yeah.
We got our man the Weird Ricks up in here. We got our boy Smiley Mo Gaming up in here. We got our man Mr1FunnyMofo up in here. Y'all already know what it is, man. And we got my boy up in here. He just chilling with us because he bike on for a little bit. You know, everybody miss Red Dead, man.
Allow your voice to be shared. So go to party settings, and that's when if you go down to allow voice to be shared, put that on always allow, and that's when you can just switch that back off later if you want to. No, it shouldn't be chat.
Okay, yeah, allow voice to be shared.
I got it now.
Cool.
Let me just double check now. Chat.
Alright, so pretty much now you could just say something and see if it worked.
Check 1 2 1 2 1 3.
Funny.
My name is Mr1FunnyMofo. That's me.
Did it work?
Am I coming through?
Oh, hold on.
Yeah, you're coming through. Alright, well. I'm gonna go back to doing what I was doing. I'll be back later, folks.
Alright, good looking out. Alright, so Funny. What I was saying earlier was that you made a post, and the post was about going to Rockstar, which is located in New York City. And
absolutely.
basically going up there with not pitchforks, but picket signs, letting them know that
Yes.
we want a change. So my question was, what made you say that? Like, what was your thoughts behind doing that as the ultimate solution? And did you think that this was something that was gonna be what it is?
Well, first of all, I want to thank you for having me on your show, and I thank you for having me in the crew and whatnot. And it's cool being a part of the gang, and this is a very interesting time for us as people who love this game to be so dedicated about wanting the more progress or more content or wanting to put more time into this game or whatever. But the problem is this company is just not willing to do that for us. They're willing to not give us the attention and the time. And we noticed that last month when there was no Christmas DLC and there was no content added, but another game that they own was giving cars, weapons, clothes, tattoos, properties, and other things like that. So we made it through last month. But as for this new month, as of January 6th, when they released their new newswire, it was very disheartening. It was very saddening, and a lot of people just was at the point of break where we didn't want uh, this disrespect to continue. So we started Save Red Dead because we feel like the game is going further and further down because they're not giving us content, they're not giving us DLC material, and I felt a day ago when we celebrated the 2 week anniversary of this online trend that we needed to step things up because us being online, us getting the attention of IGN, us getting the attention of GameSpot, us getting the attention of Forbes magazine, and they still Rockstar would not communicate with us. They're not even willing to do this. They're actually trolling us on Twitter with some of their tweets and other stuff like that. So I feel like we're at the point now where the Save Red Dead, the movement is strong, and now the question is, when I put it out there of picketing, it's like, how far are you willing to go for this? What's what do you want to do? What's your next step? If we've done this for 2 weeks and they still ignore us and they still trolling us or whatever, I think it's time to escalate things up. We don't need to be negative or disrespectful to the developers or whatever, but we need to be outside their offices. We need to be out there. We need to show them that we're not nothing to play around with. Next month, Take Two Interactive has their stockholders, investors call, whatever. Those numbers are important to those investors or whatever. And if they can show numbers are, one, being skewed by people not playing their games, and then also, two, they have actually people outside their offices while they're on those calls and stuff like that. Rockstar and Take Two Interactive is going to have to answer those questions, those hard questions to those investors. And pretty much that was just the whole reason why I made that post. I was upset, and I think that we need to do more.
Okay. Well, I appreciate you hopping on here and doing this for us, and I appreciate you appreciating what we do as a friend and as a also supporter of the hashtag Save Red Dead Online movement. So I just feel like it's a. Oh, can y'all hear me good? I just feel like it's a
Yes.
dope time right now to be able to keep a trend going that could possibly be beneficial for everyone in the long run. So my next question was, who are who are some of the influencers that you well, I'm not gonna ask who are some of the influencers, but one of the influencers that I seen, you sent me this link, was this man Young Hebrew. Now, me personally, I never heard about Young Hebrew until you sent me that post, but apparently he's another popular Red Dead online influencer. So his video was basically talking about his thoughts on what you said, and he kind of didn't really disagree, but he didn't think that no, he didn't disagree. He disagreed wholeheartedly about picket fencing. But my whole thing is, what were your thoughts on the video?
My thoughts on the video was one. Um, First off, I knew that a lot of people wasn't gonna agree with what I had to say, but I kind of feel like it was kind of satire at the same time. It was like, this is what this crazy fool is doing, or I don't know, because it's all about Save Red Dead, but I didn't see the video as helping any. Or helping the cause any. I thought it was some finger point, pretty much. It's like, oh, look what this guy's willing to do or whatever. But at the same time, I don't know. I could. I really didn't. When I spoke with him, I really didn't have issue with it, but after reviewing it, it just seems like it really wasn't supportive. I mean, because it's actually some real people in New York willing to actually link up and do this, as well as other folk across the country that's willing to go along with my idea. So it's kind of also reassuring, also too. That it's like it's kind of somebody doubted me, but turns out there's more people behind me than that doubt. So yeah.
Okay. Well, before we get to the next subject, my feelings personally when I saw the video was, I honestly thought that you were half serious about the whole subject, because I'm like, it's really, a tangible thing. That's something that could happen. It's enough people in New York City that play Red Dead, I'm pretty sure, that wouldn't mind coming up there, and it's probably some people that got enough money to take that time, or enough time to take that trip. You see what I'm saying? So it's definitely something that's tangible in the mind's eye, and it really wouldn't take too much but some hours. But at the same time, what the guy was saying was that he feel like it's money is letting the money talk, and that's where I did agree with him personally, because I feel like that's what they need to do, is find a way for us to get reinvested into the game, which is why I've been talking about remasters and shit like that. But what I wanted to touch on was my feelings about how he did the video and whatnot. I feel like personally he tried to make it into a satire thing, but at the end of the day, I feel like he did something supportive just off of the strength that he made a whole segment about it, which pretty much gave you more light to the subject, because now you got people really thinking about this and saying, okay, well, that's something that could actually happen, that's something that we could actually do, and everybody is saying, well, yeah, I go and watch it and stuff like that. So that's what we gonna get to the next subject.
I just want to make it clear that there is no beef between me and him at all. I mean,
yeah,
me and him are definitely still cool and everything else like that. I'm one of his subscribers. I'm happy that he just got to hitting a 1K subscribers. He got decent content.
Yeah, no, by the way, shout out to him. Shout out to everybody that we are finna talk about. I watch y'all. Well, okay, I'm not gonna lie about it. I didn't know about Young Hebrew. I've seen a few of these other guys. It's one of these guys that I watch damn near faithfully. The other few I've seen and heard about them, but not much. So I don't got no beefs or ill wills toward anybody. What we doing is pretty much just doing an interview, giving Funny a chance to really speak his side on things right now. And also that's because he the homie, so I'm all down for it. If we trying to link up in New York, then we linking up in New York, just to let y'all know. So that's what my stance is on the subject. But at the end of the day though, we yeah man, we just here to put out content and stuff. And like I said, I don't feel like he necessarily did a disservice to making that segment, just off the strength that it did bring more light to you, you know, as a personality, as well as to the subject of, say, Red Dead Online. Even if
I'm sorry, when I actually talked to him, he was like, he just thought it was fun.
Exactly, that's what I was about to say. Even if he was like being comical,
he was saying that the responses I was getting, like,
you breaking up a little bit, Funny.
I'm sorry.
Oh no, you all good. You breaking up though.
Okay, my bad. All right, let me go back.
Oh, you was actually moving. Saying, okay.
Yeah. He just thought it was funny that the other people were willing to actually get behind it. He was saying.
You know, the reason why I feel like he probably was kind of laughing about it is because what we about to get into on the next subject, your man Tylarius, but hold on one second before we get to that. I feel like he was thinking on the same page of Tylarius, is where he feel like it's a toxic fan base, so it'd be a lot of toxic people coming into there. But before we get to Tylarius, what I wanted to talk about was the game culture on Red Dead as in comparison to GTA. Well, no, I didn't want to talk about that before. I want to talk to that. Let's get on Tylarius, bro. You talked to Tylarius didn't agree with what you was talking about. What exactly was that about?
Post that Save Red Dead, they have not forsaken the community, and they have not done this, they have not done that, and that we need to be more patient. And he was just going on and on talking about even if Rockstar does decide to do it, it's going to fail. He was just being so negative. He was just being negative. And then him and Twitter or whatever, and responded to it. I said that
you breaking up a little bit still.
Sorry.
You all good, bro.
My fault.
Because I don't know if it be my connection or not, but I just want to let you know so that I don't have you lagging or nothing.
Yes.
Because I feel like we having some fun right now with it. I'm having fun with this right now. Like, bro, we actually interviewing G. By the way, stream, y'all, this is my first time interviewing somebody, and it's just really dope that I get to interview a friend about a subject. So I'm
such
just
a
really
rookie interviewer.
Right, for real. I feel so unprofessional in this thing. So y'all got to give me some feedback in the chats, man. Let me know if Johnny Nacho did a good job interviewing or not, because
man, look.
All right, so
at this point,
bro, it's fun. We've been chilling.
I think y'all doing a wonderful job.
Cool.
So I thought of setting up that again, and I wanted to come in too to add my 2 cents on the situation, if that is okay.
Yeah, you are good, man.
Yes to what? Oh my bad, Chaz, bro.
I was just about to say we on the subject of Tylarius. We just got done talking about the young Hebrew situation.
Oh yeah, I've been watching the whole time.
Okay, cool.
To anybody that is concerned, I am just handling a few things around the house right now, so I was basically a little late for the stream, so I'm just gonna be in and out still for a little bit. But yeah, to once again like the post that Tylarius basically replied to you on, of I guess he was trying to say a little bit, maybe if he even did mean it in a satire way, which is still supposed to be took it as a joke, if that's the case of how satire is supposed to be a little bit of a little I want to say it's I guess like a soft way of saying satire joke is pretty much a little bit of a dark joke, maybe a little bit is maybe what you could look at it as. But in this situation, I want to say because of how annoyingly serious it has gotten. Yes, of how it basically got serious, you really shouldn't basically say that to somebody, in my opinion, because we deserve the same amount of support and development as any other game, especially when the game has so much potential to become something way more bigger. Because now, one of the main things that I actually wanted to say about this is from how he basically said, like, you know, I guess, like, once again, the tweet was basically saying, like, you might as well just stop a little bit, is kind of what he was saying. I don't want to basically make it like that coming out of my mouth verbatim, but that's at least what I got from the tweet of, like, I guess y'all might as well just stop because Rockstar's not going to do anything.
Mm-hmm.
But
Exactly.
But basically, no, you should not say that because even though it is an uphill battle, at least you know that you are going up. Because now, one of the main things that I wanted to say about that is, of course, like we're on this big planet. There's 7 billion or basically somewhere around that number of us, basically way too many to count. But that's when look at all, I guess, of the small influencers in certain type of companies like that, that's when pretty much a drop of oil in the ocean fighting an uphill battle. So to basically try to tell us to stop, it's like trying to tell somebody else to stop caring for the planet. Is what I looked at it as. Which
Relax,
is basically
boy.
where I want to basically come into. That's what take note on basically everything that has already been talked about. Is that yes, I do see what Funny is meaning about maybe like we do need to show in some way, shape, and form more than just basically I guess just going on Twitter and just ranting on Twitter. That's also still basically safe, secured, and able to that's what actually do a bigger influence because as we all know. Even IGN reached out, and many big influencers that make content on the game have even said something about it. Many high regarding content creators, even like one of the dudes that actually just now made a little a video about it. He didn't touch on it too long, but he did still say something about it. One of the dudes that I like to watch, Modest Pelican, he even made a video on it. So it's like. I do see where Funny is coming from, where we need to do something that really will basically give substance. Because, like to once again what Young Hebrew said, to show them through the wallet, is so sad that, I mean, unfortunately, showing them through the wallet won't do much. Because, as we already see, I don't know who's buying shark cards over at Rockstar to the point that they're able to make all this money, but us trying to show them through the wallet ain't really going to do much. So we do need something that's still a little bit above that now.
Absolutely.
Is what I would like to say to Young Hebrew. It's a good idea on your side of things too, but I do have to admit we should do something that's a little bit more, yes, either upgraded or whatever the case may be, and also of course be safe, because of course, unfortunately, we'll probably be, you know, if we actually did even organize that, of course we'll be safe. You know, of course people do still think or either that hopefully know about COVID and all that other type of jazz, so we'll be masked up and everything. But as for still, it is unfortunate that I can already see maybe like of course. Maybe somebody might even basically, you know, we're in New York. We could get the authorities basically called upon us and everything, even if it is a peaceful protest. I guess that's what happens usually at a protest. That's just my 2 cents on the matter. That yes, we need something more than what Young Hebrew said. We need more than just basically to show them through our pockets. Because now that's the main thing about us Red Dead players. We play without even needing to use our actual money. But we would, but the main thing is that we would spend money if there was content worth paying for.
Absolutely.
Well, that's what I think
But
he was
anyway,
getting
that's
to.
just my 2 cents on the matter. I'm going to go back
that's
to
what he
handling
was
a few
getting
of my
to
things
is
around.
that he wanted to actually get something that was worth paying for, like add something new. So
Now,
I agree with you. Like we need something that we gonna want to put our money into. At the same
but see,
time,
this is.
oh no, you go ahead. My God.
I'm sorry.
No, you fine. You fine.
Hilarious. One of the point he was saying was, if Rockstar does release content, it's going to be a paid DLC, and if it's a paid DLC, we are not going to go for it. But my problem with that is, I was like, why would Rockstar why would they do any paid DLCs when they haven't done it in the past? And then if they are going to do that or whatever, why would they do it to this game or whatever?
All that free content for GTA.
Exactly. And my huge point with Tyler
What's wrong with
is
your
that
voice?
if you see any of his videos or whatever, he's so enthusiastic about anything on GTA. He can be enthusiastic about a rumor or anything that Rockstar does about GTA. But when it comes to Rockstar, Red Dead, he has to be so negative, pessimistic. We're a more toxic game than GTA. I'm like, what? How is that? How is that even right?
Hmm. And that's kind of what I wanted to touch on when I was talking about the actual the gaming culture on this game versus GTA. You less likely to get sniped from a random distance on here than GTA. I'm not gonna say that because it is some tryhards that do that when you riding past a mountain. But I'm just saying the chances of you actually running into altercation is way different compared to this than GTA. As soon as you load into that lobby, it's an explosion. Some car get blown up. You better hope it ain't you. You see the fucking flying vehicles riding around. But when you hop on here, this guy hunting right now. Perfect example. And I'm in cinematic mode. I didn't even know he was right there. You run into these people. We just shot some guys earlier in the fucking Saint Denis bar. We shot another guy. He ran up. I'm looking at him through the scope. I'm like, hold on, just wait real quick. He walk up on us. We sit there for a minute, and then he waves at us. This game is way more formal in a sense where you got enough emotes and you got enough people that's experienced in the game to know how to interact to where it's not always a toxic environment, which is why I could never understand. Yeah, hold up real quick. Yeah, I could never understand why GTA would even be compared on the level of toxicity as this game. Now, they do have the salt communities, if y'all familiar with them. They do got the PvP communities where they got these gangs and tryhards and they, try to. It's a lot of war that goes on with this game, but if you're not into war, you don't get into it. That's pretty much how the system works on this game. But yeah, what you were saying, Rich, my bad.
And that's when, yeah, it's the thing that I wanted to say. I don't really look at Tyleria's videos like that too often because I usually do. I'm one of those type of people too where I get my own information from wherever the source comes from whenever it does update. So, that's pretty much, of course, our godfather himself, which, yes, I'm going to make the meme of it, Ted's Funds too. Love that man to death. He's pretty much the actual, he's the unpaid community manager that they literally should just hire, damn near. But that's besides the point. I don't know if I'll say that I don't know if he did say anything like that. But yes, to add on to that, it is very, very, very unlikely on Red Dead. Red Dead is not toxic. At least nowhere, not to make it, no, it's toxic sometimes, but in the level of toxicity like the GTA, nah, GTA, you don't even need to go nowhere for somebody to come and smoke you.
That's
on Red
thing.
Dead, unless you're actually in the communities, like I guess of the posse war communities where yes, posses do fight each other, or basically like actually in PvP, there are ways to grief, but unless basically you're targeted from doing maybe your own type of, I guess, please excuse my profanity, fuck shit, then you have to go and look for the fight. It's not going to just happen out of nowhere, honestly. Or that's when if it does, then once again, yes, the amount of things that we have to that's when help counter griefing are way more better than GTA. In this situation, of course, defensive mode will automatically just take the nice little steam out the engine when they basically realize, oh man, I can't L2R2 you. Or if not that, then of course, yes, it's a game without no KD, so why just don't even care about it? If somebody do, unfortunately, I guess, pop you real quick, then just activate parlay, and that's when just go about your business.
Before we leave this subject, he said, see, this is exactly the kind of toxic behavior I'm talking about. I support RDO and it getting content. I always have this. This is documented. It's not dead, not abandoned by Rockstar. However, again, for the millionth time, it's not going to be the focus of Rockstar. It never has and never will. So he's talking about him having toxic behavior for saying we should go and, you feel me, basically boycott them. We should go up there.
So now let me
hold up. We should let them go up there and we should do this. My whole thing is I don't understand how it's a toxic situation because Riggs, remember when we did the Black Lives Matter thing on here? We did a ride out on here. We've set up multiple events for where we just do ride outs, and it's all about everybody just coming together, linking up, and just pretty much having fun from there. You do got your knuckleheads here and there, but if we talking about that compared to GTA people linking up, these people talk about linking up to really do stupid stuff to each other. We talk about linking up because it actually seems fun to go fishing with a homie because you done did it on Red Dead.
Yep.
So that's pretty much my thing on toxic
to segue
behavior.
off of that too, it's once again of like, yes, unfortunately, I do see where it's like he is being a little pessimistic because now the shift of focus can change. That's the main thing at hand. And once again, of where basically where I see Funny is coming from, we do basically force that focus to basically be shifted on us, then it will happen. Now, of course, the thing that I do basically want to say is it possible for that for them to go full-blown dead?
No.
It's there,
Nah,
but that's when I do say
hold
that I
on.
don't see it happening.
Nah,
but
nah.
we could at least get a decent bit of that though, because now the thing I will say to that comment too, it's funny that like, oh, once again I guess to quote his tweet, oh, they're never really going to focus us. But that's when now, unfortunately, the one thing that I want to get into that now Johnny knows that I've been talking about for like the last damn week. It's funny that apparently Take-Two Interactive, the people that own Rockstar and some other game companies that actually do console games, just now wasted $12 billion to buy a mobile company, which is not even apparently their focus. And it was apparently the focus of that move that they did that was in a whole entire interview because of how they don't really have too much influence in the mobile district. So it's like, so what is their focus? If they shift their focus to that's going to worry about something that's not even needed, then why can't they shift their focus to also worry about something that can be beneficial to them also?
My stance
apparently
on that though is that the fact that this has always been something that we've talked about since they announced everything with GTA. This is a subject that we've been addressed. They are focusing on GTA right now. So I'm kind of in agreement with they're gonna get their time for Red Dead. I don't think that it's over for this game. I will say that.
But yeah, I can agree to that. Yep, I agree with that.
But how long must we wait?
Exactly. That's
Shout
what
out
I'm
my
saying.
man Blaze Hokage.
Because now it's once again the thing to add on that once again me and Johnny,
my bad.
me and Johnny of course talked about in any of the past Red Dead talks. Me and Johnny, we see the Blood Money update in two different lights. Yes, to what Johnny says, pretty much, it was a decent update for the people that actually do make content, from how basically you're able to do the full Capitale and air quote opportunity missions, the full opportunity missions, when pretty much to everybody else's eye is just pretty much, I guess, something of a heist, damn near. But to a lot of other people, of course, which is pretty much, I want to say damn near, I want to say 90% of the community, it was not received well at all. And it was kind of lackluster, and that's when wasn't really too much in it. We only had pretty much 3 big missions that weren't even that big, and that's when just more usual, I guess, like somewhat fetch quest. So, and besides that beforehand, which was damn near now well over a year ago now, that's when apparently our update for winter last year, well, I guess I don't want to make a joke of saying like the year before last, because I guess technically it was last year, but the winter before the winter that is now past, we got the Bounty Hunter expansion, which is where we had to pay 15 gold bars for 10 extra levels of bounties. That doesn't take away from the content that we did get in it. That, I mean, yes, the bounties were cool and everything, but it didn't last nobody long. It didn't last nobody at all. Everybody got through them extra little bits of levels within literally the span of a day.
It made for
And that's
great.
when,
It
besides the
made for
legendary
great
bounties,
films.
there were only 3 legendary bounties. So to a lot of people, or at least I'm not even going to say to a lot of people, but to my eyes, there's pretty much have not been no substantial content to make somebody wants to stay for over a year. So yes, I want to say that there needs to be something said, or there needs to be a tip in the scale, please. Now,
When you look at
See, my
Rockstar
whole
by the numbers, it's been over 200 days since we had a last DLC. It's been over a year since they added any new horses or new weapons to the game. I mean, why is it acceptable for that to go on when they constantly add new content to GTA and they don't give us nothing but a new pimp hat or a new old outfit or something like that, something that we don't want. They
I was
turned a
about to say
cowboy
that
game
too.
into a fashion design simulator of the
yes,
1800s, man. There is nothing cowboy or outlawish about this game.
I was
What does
about to say
sedating
that.
animals have to do with anything about being a cowboy? What does the blood money, Capitale, that was the horriblest thing. What do we even use Capitale for if we can't? It
I thought
doesn't
we was
equate
getting
to
homes.
nothing.
I thought we were getting homes with
I'm sorry.
Capitale. That was my
yeah,
thing. Is that it's like when they do give us stuff, they twist it into a disaster. And like even with the naturalist role, the fact that they added Gus and you were able to get these skin pelts, great idea, but then they made it so bare to where you just take these legendary pelts and you can only get the same black coat for every outfit. The trashiest shit ever. And then it's like
when the comparison to story mode, of course.
story mode, exactly, Rix. It's the story mode where the certain things are required for you to make a fucking pair of gloves, a pair of moccasins,
Hmm.
chaps, hats, everything. Like, bro, you it's actually in depth and in detail. And what they did on here was
And I
just
like that.
dry wash it. They dry washed the whole thing online with the naturalist role. It's like it was nothing, it was nothing similar to the story mode that we expected. And that's what really
Exactly.
fucked me up about it. And that's what fucks me up about a lot of their updates. So I do agree with y'all when y'all say like I did try to make the most out of the Capitale, but yeah, it in in all it was dry, especially with them adding a survival mode. They It's way more towns and areas and hideouts and places that you could have added survivals, and then you made it just so streamlined to these few places. It's like it's fun and then it dries out. And not only do you
And
do that,
that's
but then you
when
limit it as well on certain weeks. So now we can only play at one or two every now and then, as if
yes,
it wasn't
yes, which
boring
is
enough.
hilarious to me.
You see what I'm saying? So yeah, he does have a point. They shit on the content when they do it, but it does still go back to what I was saying, is that it's not at its time yet where they're fully focusing on it. I've been saying for the longest that they've been focusing on doing stuff for GTA and whatnot, but here it is, we in January. I'm on the other side of the fence now. At first I was sitting on the fence and now I done hopped over. You feel me? I'm right there. Save Red Dead Online, because it's not nothing going on when there could have been multiple things. There was so much shit that you could have drip leaked and anything, like as far as the M19 whatever gun. We could have been got that motherfucker. We could have been got a wagon to ride. We could have been got an open vest. Y'all give us this damn bogus ass cardigan with an open vest, but then the arms flabby. Like, bro, why you do that to my open vest? Y'all know how I feel about the option of open vest. And instead y'all just give us that bullshit ass vest. And that was my fault, because Rix told me that I wasn't clarifying it, but it's not about that. Anyway, next to the next subject, Funny.
Wait, but
You
before we do hop subject, and the one thing that I do want to iterate on before, basically, that Funny was talking about too, of the point of the point. The funniest thing is the point of the hashtag is just also, if not to also the content, is just to communicate. So that's the
mm-hmm.
other thing too, of like, why can't you literally just tell us what's going on?
Mm-hmm.
Because now, yes, the amount of miscommunication or misunderstandings that I guess the developers are even probably having with themselves is once again so bad, to the point that it's like, are you guys even the actual developers of the game?
I'm
Because
on
now
that
you have
side
to
of the fence
reiterate
now
on one of
too.
the ones like you was talking about, like with the, like what Funny was talking about Unfortunately, I do have to be a little nitpicky, but that's when the nitpicky makes sense. Is that it's not a cowboy game. To what they always do make sure to say, it's an outlaw game. So it's like, why in the hell did you give me a whole role to just go and sedate animals when instead I should be basically maybe holding up a train somewhere or something like that in a badass manner, like on the story mode or anything like that?
And then they promote that.
Why
in the
am I
trailer,
basically
the blood
playing
money.
a farmer simulator without a farm? And if that's the case, also, if this is supposed to be some sort of farmer simulator, why am I a homeless millionaire in a camp with some dusty old man that hates my dog for whatever reason?
Most expensive horse in town with no home.
Well, also
Man's be in their camps looking like full-blown pimps, and that's when we homeless. It's like, make it make sense, please.
Suit get dirty as soon as you put it
so
on.
here you go. One and again. We're happy.
Yeah, see,
One of
enjoy
those
these
houses,
landscapes.
man.
we have been happy, but you see what we doing. We just ran around because you don't want to do shit else. It's boring, man.
Enjoying the landscapes which Rockstar has provided us.
No,
The landscape
I
is
need
amazing.
more.
Shout out to the story mode,
What-
bro. If you never
no,
played the story
where
mode,
would you find nice spruce evergreen trees like this, huh?
Mexico?
Huh?
Mexico.
You gonna travel to Mexico?
Yes.
It's fully possible to do it on this game. It was on the first one.
But we're not in Red Dead Redemption 1, are we?
Right,
Yeah,
we
Red
in
Dead
a
You
Redemption
want to
prequel.
hit that low blow, huh?
We in a
Ooh, you
prequel.
want to go there?
I mean, it should have been more that was going down in the prequel. Look at this advanced ass world. Thieves
There is
Landing was
more.
bigger
Look,
on the
look,
first
look
one.
what you're doing.
And the
Steve
thing
Landon
that
was
also I
way
do want to
bigger on
iterate
the
before
first
heading on to another point is that it is sad that once again also the other main thing is too, the reason why once again I agree with Funny full blown that we need to do something that's going to be more than just tweeting online all damn day is because now GTA unfortunately is still going to be their main focus for a still decent while. I'm going to be the one that's already going to predict it, unfortunately. And if something does happen, then I'll eat a mask. I'm not going to do a hat. I'm going to eat a mask since it's COVID related. So fuck it, we're going to even keep it on a meme. I'm predicting that nothing won't even happen in February neither, unfortunately, because now right around the corner, they already delayed it by a year and a half. So hopefully they're finally about to do it. That the enhanced and expanded edition
No,
for GTA is in March. So we're probably still not even going to get
June.
of it until damn near summer.
June, July, I want to say is when expanded is going to hit.
You think they're gonna delay it again?
Absolutely, because that means they're still working on the patches for the definitive collection. That still looks shitty.
Oh no, but once again, it's that funny thing. Remember, they didn't take the GTA team. They took the Red Dead team. The GTA the dev team are working on that probably right now, while our damn dev team, when they gonna fix their fuck up. So that's what I'm saying. Like, regardless, we're still unfortunately not going to be the focus. So that's why we got to push the focus.
Look, Rex, I'm gonna put it like this. And here's what's happening. So in the hospital, there's levels to patient and what patients get and what their attention is. Fun fact. So you got your normal patients. Right now it's the COVIDs and all the other cool stuff that be coming through, all that. Then you got your GR patients. Now your GR patients have levels to them, and they get more focus than some of the other patients because they contribute a little something on the side of, or they complain a lot. But even then, they're still basic GRs. So you got your GR1, which is just another patient, but they contribute a little bit, or they made a complaint, and so we could GR complainer. Then you got your GR2s. Now your GR2s, they get a room, a better room. It's a little suite. People come in and sit on a nice looking couch. Probably got a good little view. No, so it's okay. They get a little more attention. Then you got your GR3s. And your GR3s, now they have a suite in the hospital, mind you, with a and they got the view, and they get the attention, and they get anything they want to. Now, I say that to say this. GTA, that's a GR3, my man. You know, they're gonna get the attention because they bring in the bucks, they bring in all the attention, they bring in all the people, all the attention, everything else. They bring in everything that Rockstar needs. That's what they're feeding off of.
But I'm super sick, man.
It's okay, but you'll get something. But it won't be what a GR3's getting. You're a GR. You right now. You're a normal patient, but we're gonna bump you up to a GR complainer, and if you're lucky, you may get a GR2. So you're not gonna get what GTA get because that's what they're focused on. And they said, okay, if we let GTA fall, then our money's gonna fall, and that's money that we need. People in Rockstar Online not spending money unless they new. So we're going to try to get new people to come in to spend money, because if they don't have someone telling them, hey, you don't really need to spend that money, they're going to spend it. And so we're going to get a little side cash, and they're going to contribute a little bit, so we'll make them a GR, and we'll say they special. But in reality, you're not GR2, you're not GR3, until you give me GR2, GR3 numbers. You feel me?
But the thing,
that's really what it is. So,
I'm glad you bring that up. Go ahead.
I was gonna say this game should have got numbers already.
No, but not enough. Not enough to make you buy it in GTA.
But that's the main.
You'll get attention.
That's the main thing that a lot of the Red Dead players are doing, though. Okay, that I'm glad you brought that up. Which is where, once again, as a matter of fact, if anybody at Rockstar sees this, it's funny that, as a matter of fact, the main thing about the tweet of #RedDeadOnline, once again, is not more so of, yes, we're asking for content, but it is sad that actually a lot more of us, if not giving ideas of what should happen in the game, are just more asking for information. The funniest thing is now that I'm going to say that I feel as though a lot of now the actual people that actually play Red Dead are doing. Yes to the thing that, as a matter of fact, Johnny always says, the game used to be in a way more worse spot where pretty much people would get black screen all the time. There was one time way earlier last year that it was even damn near 3 days that nobody could even load online. But at least the game is functional at the moment. The funniest thing is, I don't even need to get that level of attention just yet. I would at least like to at least have the information of, am I sick or not, in the situation of, like, the analogy that you're making with your workspace. Can I at least know what's going on, what's going to happen, or if I'm even being given a fuck about? The funniest thing is, they're not even treating the patient. We're just basically a piece of concrete that you found on the side of the wall, boy.
Okay, but you are being treated like a patient.
See, but this is
you
my
in the waiting
side
room.
Of the thing,
now
though.
Sit there and wait with everyone else.
This is my side of the thing, though. Like you said, bro, the game is functional, so we might as well just go ahead and hit it now. So this whole subject, my true opinion on it is, I personally don't feel like it's necessary to do the picket fencing. I honestly don't feel like it's necessary to attack the Rockstar devs. I mean, we all agree with that stuff, but as far as the picket fence situation, I feel like it is in the right direction, but it's a little bit too close to home with so much going on. You got to think about the fact that a lot of us are black that kind of share a lot of these ideas together, or we like not necessarily of fair skin, so going out and doing stuff like that without looking hostile. But then on another point of that is, we also have so much power with the internet, and that's what I've been trying to do with those films, but you just get overwhelmed with real life sometimes. Like right now, I've just been working, I can't do films all the time, and with the lack of content and the lack of you know, like extra support with it, like how you got the Rockstar editor and stuff like that. The thing is, I feel like we compare the game a little bit too much to GTA, when GTA took a lot of time to develop to what it is now, whereas they're still getting updates from a point where they didn't really used to get much. So with this game being a little bit more advanced than GTA, and it did take so long for them to fix the game so it could be functional like the way it is now, I feel like a lot of the big stuff that they trying to do, if they did overwhelm it, it could take some time. So I am on the fence of, we just need information at this point. But I do feel like we need to push that envelope because it's not really getting nowhere by us just sitting in this stagnant ass area. It's just the
Absolutely.
fact that the game being so functional the way it is, I don't mind the wait is what I'm really trying to get to.
So so question for you: if you're willing to wait, how long must you wait? How long must you wait
That's
for just communication, or how long must you wait for this new content? How
that's what
long
we
must
could
you
get
actually
to
keep
it.
paying money to a company over years and years and years and years? I've been banging with Rockstar since 2002. That's over 20 years I've been fucking with a company, buying their products, everything else I get. On top of that, what are the accessories that I have to do? I have to buy PS Plus. That's not cheap. I'm doing that yearly just so I can be able to play this game online. What's the point of me even paying that when there's nothing for me to do online? For me to have all this much money in gold and all this other stuff that a company promised when I first bought this game and they was going to do for it, and they're now dropping the ball. That's not fair.
Yeah, true. But when we get to how long I would want to wait, I feel like the longest I personally would wait is the summer. But for communication, February. The thing is though, I feel like they've been trying to show us that the game isn't dead by it continuing to function and by them continuing to put out different graphic arts for these bullshit updates that we get. Like their art team is still in use. Their social media is still active. So there are certain things that they're doing to subliminally say that they're functioning, but I'm just at the point where I kind of want literal proof that the game is moving in the direction that it needs to be going. I don't want to sit here and get snow thrown at me. So
Yes.
me personally, my expectations is February for some type of new anything to come out, like as far as informational updates, as far as teaser art, teaser trailers. I'm expecting that shit by next month, to be real with you. Or I don't really got a reason to play this game other than to talk about the state of the game. I really don't have a reason to hop on here. Like, I wasn't even really trying to be on too early because I didn't want to wear myself out. I've been cool and just riding horses though. But yeah, man, it's like it's nothing to do other than that. It's like once you get so much money, the grind gets boring. It gets stagnant. It's players that don't really want to just PvP all the time.
And to be honest, the PvP really ain't that much. I mean, part of this game much.
Yeah. I mean,
And the
it's so much
PvP,
more you could do in an open world.
there's different maps you can also throw on the PvP and different other options and other games and stuff like that they could be able to do. No. They just rather just keep rehashing the same stuff over, put a different label on it, or putting a new label on a jar of shit, and pretty much giving it to us. My problem is this. The video game industry is a multi-billion-dollar industry. And that multi-billion dollars comes from us, the customers. It comes from us. We should be able to have some type of say. We should be able to unite and be able to say, how long can we wait to ask them for a Red Dead remaster or Undead Nightmare, or how long have we asked for other video games that they have not ever given us or whatnot like that? And why don't we keep giving money to them for not giving us things that we want?
Undead Nightmare would have been perfect.
They could have remastered that a long time ago and made money, or either just release the game.
I mean, it was so many possibilities to take it to. Even if they was to, since they like to copy and paste so much, if they was to copy and paste the first one, it would have been so much more. Right now, you could probably still play the Red Dead Online 1.
Yeah, I think through PS Now or something like that.
Finding exotic horses, leveling up, and some more shit for no reason on that damn game. I don't even know what all you can fucking do on that shit. But the fact that like the content is so bare and it don't even line up with the possibilities of the game is what's really the frustrating part, in my opinion. It's just like we don't never get a, I'm not gonna say never, because when they gave us those 3 roles, it was entertaining for the most part. That's what really got everybody to stick with it for this long. Was like, we seen that y'all could do something amazing when y'all really stick to y'all guns, but at the moment it's just like we not really getting that. But aside from that, how has this affected you in the past, what, 24 hours or 2 days now? How long has it been now since this happened?
It's been, I want to say it's been a day now, 24 hours. I've definitely gotten more followers. I've gotten at least 3 or 4 messages in my inbox from people in New York. Other people are actually interested. One person actually wants to do a GoFundMe, for them to actually go up there in New York and do it. That's cool. I made that post because I feel like we need to get old school, and like, how can we affect their pockets, or how can we actually bring more attention to this, from taking it offline and bringing it to their face. And I just have more and more support around that than I thought that I would not. The video right now that he made on YouTube, Young Hebrew, is at 1.2k views or whatever. It's not that much, but the comment section agrees with me as well too. So,
I mean, I definitely agree with you. The fact that you actually trying to make it more, what's the word I'm looking for? Not necessarily personal, but more interactive. It's just, I don't know. I feel like, yeah, you did give me an old school vibe when you said, yeah, we should go up there and let them know how we feel. Just go up there and pick it. You could come up there and like we could even have just little random Red Dead fan art type shit. Like
absolutely.
Somebody, you feel me? Like, but that's what I was talking about with the dangers of it with us. Like, if I was to walk around with an old fucking Navy revolver, they gonna be like, why that nigga got a gun? You see? but at the same time, if we had some Red Dead sweaters or some shit like that, I think that would crack. I feel like that would be a really dope event more than anything. And
show
being
them
from
the
the
passion.
Red Dead, exactly, being from the Red Dead community, you get that type of interaction. You able to see that happen because you like, yeah, we do that all the time. You know, we link up, we fucking have these ride outs, we have these events, we do Nacho Fest. We might end up doing something again once. I don't know, cause like I say, y'all, I'm working like, and I'm grinding right now, so I've been having to slow
But you mind if I add
things
into
down.
the test? Like, you was just
Yeah,
asking,
no
I guess, like, funny how the tweet affected them, or like how many people is it, like, you know, how is that affecting them, or how basically lack of content is affecting them?
You know, how has the tweet affected him? Like, because I know that he talked to a couple of people, he's been interacting with a few people, but you know, also like just in general, have people been reacting negatively, positively? Have you gotten any type of weird messages? Have you gotten just supportive? Like, you know, just how has it affected you in the past 24 hours in general?
Now, I wanted to ask, as a matter of fact, now, how do you, anybody, as a matter of fact, that's actually a Red Dead fanatic of some sort, play the game, know about the game, or anything like that, how do you now actually feel about the situation? I would like to get, like, funny first. Like, now, how do you feel about the situation? Because I'm obviously saying, like, of course, from my side of things, once again, of like what I keep on saying and bringing up to anybody that talks to me on a regular, of course, about Red Dead, I feel disrespected. Because once again, to the things that I will reiterate again, it's once again funny of how they do have the manpower to do something, but that's when they're delegating it elsewhere and all that type of and all that in that type of way. Because now, once again, the thing that I will bring up for anybody that does not know, to be now more specific, because I only basically touched on it briefly earlier, Take-Two, the owner of now Rockstar, and it's pretty much maybe one of the main people that's basically making all these decisions. So that's when, like, you know, tell the Red Dead dev team to go and work and help fix the definitive edition. They just now bought out the mobile company Zynga. For anybody that don't know, pretty much a really big mobile company in the mobile game circuit that I believe they own a lot of decent games, like of course like the well-known Farmville that could also go into Cityville. Really good games that have always been around ever since like the 2000, like damn near I want to say 2008, early 2000s now, at least in comparison to now. And also of course something like Toon Blast, and also might be like another one of the games that's like on Facebook like Cityville. They bought out that company for $12 billion. $12 billion for a mobile company, which has nothing to do with your current stance of being a console game development company. You wasted your assets on something like this. I understand that maybe I shouldn't speak too much on this, because of course now that's their company making their moves, so that's what get their cash. But I mean, like, you could have still used that on something else. You wasted $12 billion on a mobile company, which I don't really see too much out of it until that's when we actually see something else later happen. Like, you bought a whole entire mobile company that has nothing to do with, even if it is basically people still buying stuff in GTA. GTA has a plethora of problems at the moment that needs to be addressed. Or if not even that, once again, Red Dead itself too. Maybe even how about basically even use some of that to maybe how about hire people or something like that to how about work at your company. Because now, as a matter of fact, another one of the funniest things is, it's funny now that basically Rockstar and Take-Two was suing so many of the modders that made modded versions of the definitive edition, or basically the old school versions in general. But basically now what did you do? Instead of how about basically getting these people that was able to make the game even better than what you did, you are basically taking them off the market, messing with their money of something that they just wanted to do, so that's what make the game even better for people. And also, if not that, you're also, that's when trying to sue them for having a care for the game that you created, and just doing this out of the sheer, they don't need to basically do that little modding. They could go and basically, for all that shit, just create their own goddamn game damn near. But that's when you sue them. Instead of how about using even the smallest little bit of that, like, you know what, you got some skill. Let me do that. Why can't we just have a nice little, I guess, like old school weird ass TV moment, where it's like you just see somebody randomly doing something with skill without even taking no damn like thought of it, and that's what go like, you know what? Nah, let me make you into something. Come with me. Why can't we have that? Instead, you gotta basically, that's what, throw this man into the dirt trying to sue these people that's making it get better, instead of how about adding them to the force, instead of how about get you more money. In my opinion, it's just basically like to finally end off my notes. I'm sorry that I rambled on a little bit.
No.
It's just pretty much, I feel disrespected because yes, the amount of focus now that is now being taken away from Red Dead is now unfathomably disrespectful. Sure, if it was only GTA, that's fine. But that's when now to go and waste that to also buy this that has nothing to do with your other two main games at the moment, that are basically both riddled with bugs, and basically those bugs are what make people rage quit. The amount of people, once again, that pretty much almost any of us in here know that don't play GTA is because of those bugs, or because of their Person Mod 2 that people have asked for years to fix. But that's what, for whatever reason, I don't know who are these randoms that keep on buying shark cards, but they buy them up apparently to the point that they could just pretty much say forget Red Dead. And it's very disrespectful to me, because now you can do this level of development for us, and that's what we'll do it. And that's once again another thing that came from the Red Dead, the SaveRedDeadOnline tag, that people are even bringing up the stuff that they could do. One of the things that me and Taz always talk about, I'll say specifically for me, of course, vehicles. Of course, anybody that knows any of us in Nacho Boys, Taz calls, my bad, Taz, the person I'm calling Johnny. Johnny called me One Horse Rex because I forgot what the damn mission was way back when he first met me, that we only had one horse on this damn carriage when it was actually supposed to be two, but I somehow whipped that hoe to this destination to win the mission for us.
That's why we
And ever
call
since
them
then,
One-Horse
I've been
Rex.
One Horse Rex, and I do personally really love using the wagons because not only if not an outlaw, we are playing a posse-oriented game. The posse notion is what is the main thing that is focused on for the most part throughout even the whole entire story. You are with a posse. You're in a posse. Even though it does get dysfunctional and all that stuff, that's nevertheless not even the point of this. It is basically... This is also a posse-related game. We are outlaws that are in a posse. Why can I not buy a wagon to carry my posse? This is the type of stuff that we would, as a community, really like to buy, waste our gold, money, and time into, because yes, we do want that level of extra interaction. Look at all the people that basically actually, I guess, if there are people buying that much stuff on GTA with Shark Art still, it's because of the cars. There ain't nothing else to buy except for buildings. Imagine that's when, how about you add that simple stuff into GTA Online. It's funny that, as a matter of fact, already, once again, way damn near like 2 years ago, or maybe like a year and a half, they data mined what the prices of the house could be, which is once again the infamous thing that a lot of high levels grinded around that time was the mansion in Saint Denis being 600 gold. The amount of people that went to go and grind because of that was through the roof. Because of that one little leak that now didn't do anything, but now basically never happened. Imagine the amount of, I guess, newbies. I'm going to basically say that in the most nicest term possible. I'm going to say, how about not, I'm not going to say newbies, the casuals. Imagine the amount of casuals that do actually care for this game, that's going to see this house, see a high level, maybe flex with it, and go like, man, I want that too. Money in your wallet. It's disrespectful because it's like they don't see the potential. And the funniest thing is there are so many people that will admit to that. There's so many people in the Red Dead community that will admit to it. If you give us something that's worth buying, we will buy it. Is the main thing of the argument. I feel it's just very disrespectful. I would like to hear any of y'all thoughts, as a matter of fact, on how basically this has been making y'all feel about the situation of how they've been neglecting Red Dead so hard.
Well, nah, I didn't want to go on that just yet because I still wanted to ask him about his interactions, because I know that he talked to SMG1FunnyMofo, somebody that you talked to, well, not talked to, but somebody that you knew about for a minute.
Oh, you talked to also SMG1FunnyMofo too?
Yeah, I wanted to get on that.
Oh, well, I'm sorry,
also,
I got a little rambly. You could have stopped me.
Nah, you all good,
Rex said
bro.
he TTG. He ready to go.
You all good, you all good. Funny, you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Pretty
Okay,
much,
cool.
when this Save Red Dead started, I was very on board January 6th. Once again, the reason why is because last month of the not having an update, and then also too, for some reason, last month I tried to stick it out, and I grinded this game. I grinded some more money, did all this other stuff like that in January 6th. That a very weak, poor, pathetic excuse of a Newswire release talking about the monthly event. When Save Red Dead started, pretty much I was on there. I've been on there consecutively for the past 16 days. But by doing this, I've reached out to a lot of different people. I've had a lot of people come back to me in the community. I've tweeted at PvP Cat and Professional, and me and Hilarious had to go back and forth. I gave props to SMG1FunnyMofo, and he was thankful for that. He's very big on the Save Red Dead community. The one person that I was talking about the whole interview thing was, I was actually wanting to interview with you first before I had did an interview with Young Hebrew or anybody else or whatnot like that. But it's just been wild just talking to some of the people who I look at on YouTube or who's in the community, who I've been following their content, to actually being able to actually talk to them, and Twitter being that open forum that I'm able to actually talk to them. So it's really cool.
Yeah, man. Also, shout out to y'all too for making content for this game. being a fan of the game, and also like, you know, just liking to keep informed. It's good to know that it is people out there that is informing us. So shout out to PvP Cat, you know, Tylarius, SMG Finest, fucking
I'm
Young
sorry,
Hebrew.
Tyler is. We can't. I'm sorry. I have to disagree. We can't give Tyler any props. The only reason why we say I can't, and I'm not throwing no shade at that guy. If you look at his YouTube videos, the last time that guy produced any YouTube content was 2 years ago. He has not done no streams. He's not done no news or anything else like that. A year ago, he made a video saying, "Can Red Dead ever be saved?" And the whole video was just pretty much a bitch fit, or him talking about how Red Dead is going down. And this is a year ago of him being negative.
Oh,
Flash forward to this year, he still has that same negative attitude. So that's why when me and Tylarius had our spat online and everything else like that, I needed to call him out on that because I feel like he makes clickbait content for GTA. He makes any rumor about GTA. He's willing to do anything, but as soon as once again anything he said about Red Dead, he has this negative, pessimistic view that's really not being helpful and it's not being supportive. Because my problem is Red Dead and GTA, like it or not, we're neighbors. We're neighbors. And sometimes we're over this person's house, sometimes they're over this person's house, and sometimes people just only bang with one game. But as us being neighbors, we still need to be supportive of one another. If right now, if Red Dead was receiving all this information and GTA players were like screaming for content and like was this that and the other, I'd be like, you know what? Hey, save GTA or save.
I actually
I
supported
would
the
do that
shit
for
that they
them.
was doing for GTA low key. Like I supported that
Exactly.
Franklin contract, and I said, you know, get them their time so that we'll be able to
Absolutely.
get our time. So yeah, I agree with you 100%. We definitely have been supportive of our neighbors, low key, and I'm glad that you brought it up in that type of light. But I mean,
But
huh?
the
No,
only
you gotta go. You
problem
gotta
is
go.
we're not getting that, and it's a lot of GTA people online, Twitter, YouTube, and some of the GTA I would give them much respect to. TTG, like you said, a couple other GTA YouTubers are actually saying, "Hey, save Red Dead," but there are some just like Tylarius, they're just so negative and just want to see the game. And the problem is, why are you afraid of letting us have something or whatever? We're not going to steal your shine or whatever. We understand that you guys are the golden boy of the family or whatever, but allow the stepchild to have some content. Let us play with some toys.
Yeah, let me walk
Well,
down the
see,
stairs
there.
and
That's the
see the
and see
family.
now that's the thing though. If I'm getting all the attention from mom and dad, why would I want to share that if I've gotten it years?
I'm not
Why would
gonna.
I
I'm
want
not
to say,
gonna put that.
look, I'm about to
I'm not gonna
become a
put that
doctor.
on
They think
them.
I'm going to be a doctor. I'm not, but I feel like I am. And so if you try to go out saying, hey, I'll be a doctor too, give me some attention, you stepping on my toes now. You feel me? You should just kind of sit there, take your free passes or whatever, your what doodles and your fruit pops, and let me go ahead and get my, my steaks that they feeding me. You feel me?
Y'all disrespectful. I agree though. I agree though. I agree. It's definitely to a point where it's just like, bro, we want to come downstairs. So yeah, I feel it. It's like we not asking for much. We only want like we've only been suggesting small things, and the fact that it was even taken in a negative light is what kind of bothered me about the whole situation. Like I said, personally, I don't know none of them guys like that, so especially Tylarius. I never even heard about it. I seen one video and I didn't really like it. It was clickbaity to me. I don't got no beef with him, but yeah, I definitely have no quarrels with that guy, nor do I care to have any. I'm just saying, personally, as a fan of the game, it's just so much that I disagree with as far as it being taken in a negative light about coming up there and just letting them know that we are here. We want to be heard. And it was kind of taken in that way when you say stuff like that. You know, well, it never
Yeah.
has been a priority. It never will be. Why wouldn't it be when it's a great game? It's better than GTA if we being real about it. It's a fair playing ground for people. The free roam is way more interactive. If it had the missions that it had, like if it had the same amount of missions as GTA, it wouldn't be no reason to have to go into a solo lobby or nothing like that. Like, it's so much that you can immerse yourself in with this game, and instead of feeding that content, they give it to GTA. And instead of us being upset about it or bitching about it, we actually bear with it. But yeah, though, it's to a point where how long are we supposed to bear with it? Which goes into another thing that I was gonna say. You got a hashtag called roast. What was it? Roast Rockstar.
Yeah.
So what's up with that, man? What's
All right.
going on with this roast Rockstar, G?
So Roast Rockstar is pretty much. I feel like okay, this is a company once again, Rockstar, but they're being like a toddler, and they're not using their communication to say to their customers anything. So, um, while going on through the whole Save Red Dead thing, because I am a comedian, because sometimes I write comedy stuff. I was like, you know what? I'm going to get Rockstar's attention one way or another, so I'm going to roast them. I'm going to
Yes,
say
it's your
some
own claim.
jokes.
Open that door, let me see.
Jokes. I'm going.
Oh, go ahead, my bad.
No, I thought you was talking to me. Okay, so pretty much I have jokes lined up, ready, targeted at them, and I started doing the yo mama jokes. I know your mama is pretty much old 90s, 2000, whatever, but your mama pretty much. That's why I've been throwing it Rockstar.
Run some of them. Run some of them. I gotta hear this.
All right. And on top of that, I mean, the hashtag's been trending. People have been copying it. Your mama's so ugly, her birth certificate is an apology letter. Your mama's so dumb, when the doctor told her she had a coronavirus, she went and bought a new laptop.
Hold up. Hold up.
Wait, am I able to be heard on? Are you able to be heard on this? Hold on, let me check the stream real quick and just make sure.
Oh man, I cough when I laugh. That junk is wildin'.
You heard.
Hold up.
So, Roast Rockstar, your mama's so ugly, if I stuck her face in dough, I would make gorilla cookies. Your mama's so ugly when Your mama's so ugly, when she was little, she had to trick or treat by telephone. I swear to God, I'm on Rockstar's ass. They don't dusty ass, dumb ass, communicate ass, toxic ass, gritty ass, steak booty ass. Where's my red dead remix ass?
Oh no!
Yo.
That was actually kind of stupid. My best.
Your mama's so fat when she goes camping, the bird got hot. They food. Your mama's so fat, Thanos had to snap his neck, died, and he only lost the weight. Your mama's so fat, she put mayonnaise on her aspirin.
Oh no!
Mayonnaise on her ass.
Oh no!
I keep going, but those are pretty much
No,
the
bro,
words.
no, you good? That was stupid.
Nah, them bars right there. Listen, man, look. So do you got some type of page that people could follow you on for that type of content, or are you planning on making some type of page or fan page or blog post or anything like that where you could get some of this type of content?
Well, definitely. I mean, you can definitely follow me on Twitter. It's Mr. underscore one funny mofo, and pretty much you'll see all my tweets. You'll see all my interactions. Y'all see everything like that. You can look at my impressions. Y'all can look at all the other things for yourself on there. You can also look for me for one funny Mr1FunnyMofo Gaming, and you'll find it on YouTube. And you're always gonna find me with the Nacho Boys.
Hey, look, man.
Your mama's so ugly. When I put her face in dough, I make gorilla cookies. Hey.
Wow.
We're gonna talk offline. I got an idea someone needs to do.
Bet. That's a biggity bet. Look, man. So, alright. So let's get back to a little bit of seriousness of the situation. So we already talked about how we felt about what they doing and whatnot. But what I like to do all the time is talk about some suggestions that we could give out, which is another point that I wanted to bring up about the comment or the post, and specifically about the picket fence. Not necessarily disagreeing, but thinking about ways that we could do it in a more virtual setting where we could all be involved, for those people that wouldn't be able to go to New York. Because even if I was down for it, which I honestly am, like, I feel like that would be a dope event gathering. But that's the thing, though. The reason why I say I'm opposed to it is because I can't get to no fucking New York. Nah, I don't even care about COVID. I can't get to New York. So it's kind of like, bro, I'm out. I can't do it just off that strength. It's like, I would love to, but how am I gonna get to New York, G? And then on top of that, I would be opposed to trying to hitch a ride from anybody. That would just feel weird to me. I like to be in my own setting doing stuff like that, going all the way across country or some shit. Not across country, but y'all know what I mean. Shut up. I ain't never been nowhere. Listen, the thing is, I'm just talking about the fact that we've actually, I feel like you hacked it, is what I've been telling you offline as well, is that I feel like he pretty much hacked the situation. The way I say that is by, one, you know, you got people giving you some good feedback about it, but also you've opened up the doors for more lines of communication amongst the community. So now we got more people thinking of ways to do this, or even really being dead ass about going to New York. So I personally think that it might end up happening. That suggestion is going to New York and really doing that, and I hope it do. But what would be some ways we could also virtually step that up? Because that's really where the game lies, and that's where we really have power. That's where hashtag SaveRedDeadOnline was formed. So what could we do virtually?
Well, virtually, our option is, and like you said, you can't be able to make it in New York or whatever. But like, I was gonna say,
here you go, Mom. My bad.
That one person, direct messaged me. They doing a GoFundMe. I mean, that's always an option. I mean,
oh wait, I'm supposed to be driving. My fault.
Yeah.
My fault.
I'm walking.
This is my wagon. Okay, hold on. Alright, my bad. Now what you were saying, funny, my fault. Shit.
Pretty much GoFundMe, or I don't know, that's a good question, like how to do an online protest. To be honest, I think it's time for us to move beyond using Twitter fingers and being online, and for us to be more direct, where we can't be ignored.
So I had an idea, actually. Is the funniest thing.
What's
it was
that?
The funniest thing of what I did that I took a little bit more looking into myself, that I would like an idea to do. It's funny that, once again, if Rockstar was following IGN, I checked their whole follow list. Yes, this is how serious, once again, some people like me got. IGN, once again, went to them to ask for an interview. After that, I don't know if they were following IGN before, but they're not following IGN now.
Oh wow.
I don't know if it's IGN. I feel as though maybe like Rockstar would be following IGN. In my opinion, up here is where I will say we need to that's when now be more direct is with the hashtag is what we need to do.
Yeah,
It'll maybe seem a little harassy, but I would like to that's when maybe go and tweet at people that have not have direct correlation with Rockstar or Take-Two, or even at people that was basically big influences in some of the things that they have done. I'm talking about like now a prime example in this situation, the big update that's now passed. His ass can maybe go and say something to the ass. Let's now make it to where as though no, let's get it also point that that's when they put this shit on the damn news. You already can see it already. News this morning, global sensation hashtag SaveRedDeadOnline has now made its way to many type of social influencers such as Dr. Dre, this, that, and the third. Eat that up. Get to the people that that's when have not had direct correlation. Basically, what I'm saying is pretty much even go down basically their list. Go to any and everybody that had social interaction with them. If they agree with them, then they'll follow them. I'm not even going to front. This is going to sound toxic from how it is, but fuck it. Start some Twitter beef. Make Rockstar follow somebody if that's what they agree with them, and that's when basically, yeah, let's start some more shit. We need to that's when now really start showing them that we got fire in our eyes. If that means we have to actually throw a fire torch at their fucking feet, then fuck it, we're gonna have to do it. That's at least my stance.
Wordage.
Because I mean, hey, if anybody has been paying attention to the updates and everything, Rockstar have been making sure to that's when now make it to where as though if there is anything that's a problem on GTA at the moment, they've been making sure to fix it with the quickness recently because of that update. There was a whole entire God mode because of actually the new remote control vehicles with the Imani tech. There was a God mode with it. I don't know if it's still in the game, unfortunately, but at least one of the main things that just now recently happened, apparently there was something wrong with some sort of, I guess, save data function with online. They fixed it in 3 hours. When now, once again, basically the hashtag has been going for well over 2 weeks, and we still even get a damn sentence to say we didn't abandon the game. So in my opinion, yeah, we need to that's when now basically spark it up a little bit more. We need to now basically show them that we're willing to smoke on that Rockstar pack if you don't basically talk to us. This sounds a little aggressive and everything, but it's more of anything. I'm not even going to say it's aggressive. It's just basically pushing the envelope. We need to that's when now really that's what step it up. We can't just keep on talking to Rockstar. Rockstar ain't going to pay attention to us. So how about let's now rally more people with us? We need more people that are now social influencers that how about that can spread this awareness all over the world, even if it's people that don't even play video games. Because one thing, like I said, one of the biggest people now that I've seen is also, yes, the dude that's apparently a GTA only player, I believe, to my knowledge. A dude named, I think, I'm sorry if I butcher his name, and he is a really big content creator for GTA specifically, and also Red Dead. I mean, and Rockstar themselves. I think it's TCG or something like that. I'm sorry if I'm butchering his name. I think he has 1 million or 2 million subscribers.
Yeah.
But one of the people that also comes to mind for me is a video that I just now watched because of how it was entertaining. Was once again the dude Modest Pelican, who they follow, by the way. And that's what he even made a video talking about basically the hashtag, at least the beginning of the video. He at least wasted a decent like 3 minutes on the subject of like, yeah, Rockstar, he has a really nice voice whenever he's doing his video. Yeah, can you please, Rockstar? I would like to basically have more ways to terrorize my friends if you update the game more. And I can't do his voice, but that's pretty much the main premise. And if you're following, if you're following this dude who only has, I'm not even going to make it seem like his channel is small or whatever, but if you're following this dude but not following IGN, then that means, once again, in my opinion, like I really think that IGN basically was like damn near about to put him on blast, and they unfollowed them, is what I'm thinking. Or if I'm thinking too much, and that's what make it looking at it too far than what it is, then I don't know. But it's once again like it's IGN. It's like it's one of the pretty much the biggest game like article location that you go to. They have the damn authorization to that's what basically post the damn video of a trailer when that's when if anybody else do it, we get copyrighted like fuck probably. Like come on now. And that's when you basically not even talk to them? They asked you for a once again the article said that somebody asked for a full-blown interview, and that's what asked for the interview on Twitter also. They made an article asking about basically we're gonna try to ask them about a question, and they said it on Twitter. But that's what still no response. Yeah, we now need to that's when really start going to now more people and try to get this bitch now basically out there to actually now more public news instead of just Twitter or gaming news.
Yep.
We now make that bitch spread farther.
I agree with that because when it comes to social media, for real, if it's on your phone or if it's on a laptop, the only thing you have to do is just turn it off and walk away from it. You don't have to have any more thoughts about it or anything like that. And that's how I feel like they treated the Save Red did. They're like, oh, okay, well, let me turn this off. I don't have to worry about hearing them or whatever. But if you're in my face and you're constantly, I'm seeing you while I'm going to get coffee, I'm seeing you while I'm going to take a shit. I'm constantly in your face. It's going to get annoying. It's like, okay, I need to do something so I can get them out of my face.
I'm going to be Rockstar's advocate. So what if we do that, but it has the adverse effects? What if instead of doing something towards the prospering of Red Dead, now y'all have been on my face for so long, I say, you know what? Not only am I not going to do nothing with Red Dead, I'm still going to get my paycheck regardless. And now that y'all just vocal out here, it's less avenues for y'all to use, but y'all don't want to be on Twitter or anything. Fine, be in my face. Now I hate y'all. Now y'all not getting updates. We're going to keep the same status quo we keeping. Y'all going to have to leave eventually because y'all only human and y'all got jobs. Unless y'all got money like us, Rockstar, y'all going to have to leave.
Then
so
that
now,
works.
I
The
don't
reason I
think
say
that
that works
that's
is once
what's
again
gonna
down to the
happen,
simplest
though.
thing. The reason I say that works still, unfortunately, is that once again, unfortunately, this is once again what they're putting on them. Because in my opinion, is it really this hard just to say one sentence of simply the main thing that I feel as though a lot of Red Dead players would love to hear right now? Don't worry, we are still working on this game. And that's what BAM! It's like a whole entire blob of water from God himself just now basically put out the biggest forest fire in California.
I don't want to hear that, though, is my thing personally, because
I understand that's what a lot of people probably won't hear, but I mean, it would calm things down because I'm not even going to front to what you said, Mo. If they
That's
did that
gonna
too,
make me
at
mad.
least they're letting us know that fuck it, if you're dropping the game, then fine, then I won't expect much from you. I'm taking my money somewhere else. It's just, once again, of just give the information that is needed. It's even fine. And if the game is fucked, then just let me know it's fucked. If the game is going to still basically be developed, then let me know it's going to be developed. That's the point that everybody in Red Dead, in my opinion, is at right now. I just want to know if the damn game is even being worked on. If it's not being worked on, then I'm dropping the hoe.
No. I got a different idea when I'm hearing, give us communication. Not that, oh yeah, the game is being worked on, because the game functioning lets me know that it's being worked on. I need actual information for what this game has in store, because I personally don't believe that the game is dead. So no, that's not what I'm waiting on.
And I ain't saying that neither, but I'm saying, like, if it is at that point where it's like, if you really aren't working on it, then once again just let us know. But yes, like what you're saying, if there is something, let me know what is going on, because that's when, now if it's a BS update, then yeah, we got a problem, because once again there hasn't been no big update in over a year. So yes, it's pretty much, in my opinion, a lot of people are on that spectrum of two sides of the coin. If there is something, let me know what the fuck going on. If there isn't anything, let me know that it's just nothing happening, because unfortunately, once again, now Rockstar is basically pulling what I like to say, or like what Johnny like to say, the biggest Beyonce and Jay-Z that they ever fucking did now.
That's what
they're
they
basically
be doing. They be dropping surprise albums.
Exactly. And it's like, now basically, no, nobody wants that right now. Everybody just wants to know if basically, is this even coming? Is anything even coming, or if nothing is not coming?
Right, because y'all starting to sound like the Chronic album right now.
Everybody's at that point finally where it's like, just let us know what's going on. So many people have made videos specifically on that. It's not even just the content, it's just communicating.
Yes.
So yes, for you, Mo, as a matter of fact, I am completely fine with that, because it will let me know pretty much if I do need to drop this game for my own, basically, I guess, mental health, because I want this game to prosper so bad, because I do love this game. Then this will let me know that I can finally release the rope that's basically really gripping my hand to the point that it's bleeding. I can let it go if they tell me that.
But Rix, there's this game called No Man's Sky, and they did really bad when they came out, and you know, they ducked off for a little bit, realized what was happening, and then just kind of collaborated and put out a better product to their very wanting fans. Why can't you think us at Rockstar is doing just that same thing right now?
Excuse me,
because we just seen Dr. J rap in a new studio. That's why.
I want to take that question, please.
We just seen Dr. J. We just seen that man. I just seen him fly off last month.
Y'all, no, don't worry about that. We got two different teams. Don't worry about that.
And Anderson .Paak.
Now, your initial question was, what if it has an adverse effect, right?
Yeah.
I feel like at this point, what worse can you do to me that you've already done to me already? You've already cut the dailies in half, where it was getting gold and stuff like that. You've already done that. You've not already just given us an incomplete story mission that was supposed to be completed a long time ago, 3 years ago.
Holy shit, yes.
You haven't given us any weapons or anything else like that in over a year or stuff like that. So what else can you do more to me that you not have already done? Huh? What?
Besides shut down online, which I don't know how many people get mad about that.
Nothing.
I would be mad that it's finally gotten back to a state of where it wouldn't be able to function. But yeah, I would like to see new content.
Well, what if I keep y'all waiting?
Man, I'm just once again at the point where it's like also for a lot of people, basically if we also, I say keep up the hashtag, but that's when just basically hop off the game. That's why now for me, I'm one of the people on the spectrum where it's like, I just don't got me a whole fucking Nintendo Switch so I can play Pokemon like a damn kid again. So pretty much, that's where I'm saying on my side of the spectrum that I really just want information. I'm fine now where I'm at. I'm sorry, not sorry, that is Red Dead is at that point where I just don't feel like hopping on it. And I'm one of the biggest people, once again, that I really want to hop on it. But I'm not going to basically just bore myself when I can go and do something that's a lot more fun. Because that's honestly, once again, what a lot of people be doing. A little small shout out to one of the dudes that me and Taz, probably y'all two both know, Redbeard Gaming. I don't know what he specifically was doing. I did pop into his chat before that's when we started ours. And he was just running around collecting. Like, for fuck's sake, it was the first roll and we did it like damn near 1 billion times. I don't want to go and run around collecting stuff over again when once again, I'm already a fucking homeless billionaire with this old man that hates my dog for whatever reason. Crips, why don't you like my dog, man?
Well, you could be in here in an interview with us.
But damn dog don't do nothing but just protect you. Ugh. Alright, I'll be back.
I mean, yeah, though. At the end of the day, it's just the lack of content when there's so much content. Like, yeah, even a domesticated cat, like Rick's be talking about, man. Like, why haven't y'all gotten us a cat yet? And y'all giving us a fucking husky for no reason? How do you keep a stray dog in the camp at all times anyway? Like, we need homes. And we need to be able to put our dogs in the homes as well. I don't want my fucking dog to just be subjected to protecting the camp. But that's neither here nor there. The fact is,
so
we don't got a lot. Even you, as a developer that has tested out the game for $5, how do you feel about the way that the game has been going?
Huh. Well, I do gotta say, certainly that the game is lacking. The game was, I have loosely played the game, and myself having loosely played the game has gotten enough money and enough tokens and enough gold to not only buy the next pass that comes out, but I can also get me all the horses that I want, which I don't want much because you can't really, they don't all look like, they don't all look good.
You can't sell them bikes.
So you gotta, yeah, pretty much. You don't got no, the roles aren't really interesting. I've kind of maxed out the one, close to max out the ones I wanted. I just like bounty hunting. I mean, collecting was okay to get some money, but I mean, at that point, that got old because I'm not going to keep going back and forth across the map, seeing the same things over and over, trying to get the same pieces and waiting for my controller to vibrate. That's just annoying. You got Moonshiner, which is cool for quick money, but I'm really just sitting in there. I use Moonshiner when I want to do other things. because I could just sit there. I could sit there at the Moonshiner Dew with my screen open and I won't get kicked, so I can stay there for another 30 to 45 minutes, get my Moonshiner thing to fill up, go take it back, then go and do a mission for a Moonshiner to go practice my sniping, and then come back and then wait again while I go do some other stuff around the house. Overall, it's really just nothing entertaining, and the dynamic is the same. In fact, I would say that the fact that there isn't people going around starting wars and having big gun shootouts all the time is almost a detriment to my enjoyability, because the whole game is just the same. You go from here to go to there, to go back to here, to go back to there. You fish for a little bit because there ain't nothing else to do, and you say, why not try fishing for a second? Realize fishing don't really got nothing to do but nothing, and then you come back and doing your normal routine once again. And then if you get lucky, as much as we say, dang, that sucks, why y'all really gonna annoy us, when the person starts to shoot at you, you're like, dang, this is kind of fun. So yeah, that's pretty much what it feels like. It's boring, it's repetitive, and if we had cooler stuff to look at, that would make it funner. But we don't got cooler stuff to look at.
Like, not even a good, bad, and ugly poncho. The game that Arthur Morgan looks just like Clint Eastwood. From the good, bad, and ugly. You look at him compared to it. But whatever though. I'm just saying the fact that y'all don't even put that stuff on there, and we know that those are the games that y'all got influenced by, the movies that y'all got influenced by. Why have y'all not given us that type of content yet? Instead, y'all give us random shit, like them stupid fucking blue. You remember them square jeans we got? Them square circle jeans we got? Them stupid ass jeans that we got. They blue jeans. I hate them so much. It's just the fact for me that I don't like that we don't never really, get that type of notice or attention that they've given in the past. Like the bounty hunter role, moonshiner, the all of that shit, it was decent, but it just ran its course, and instead of putting out anything else, they continued to test things with GTA even before they came out with this definitive edition. So that's to the point with me where it feels like it's a little bit of a spit in the face. It's like y'all already put so much attention into that game, from the KO Pericos to the casino. You had an arcade with that. Now you got a fucking car meet area. You get a garage with that. You got contracts on that as well. And the contracts are way doper than this. Like, it's like they decided to give us contracts and say, now how could we step that up on GTA? Why? When you could have been putting that same effort into this. But they even made a update called Double Down. Was the sad part for me. Did y'all see that? It's called Double Down.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost as if it's an intentional spit in the face. So what you got to say that? Say to that, Mr. Rockstar Man.
They finna double down. Well, I got to say that we are gonna double down on ignoring y'all, and that's why we put it out.
What?
We got jokes at Rockstar, so we.
Also, I agree with Johnny when he was saying that even in GTA, this past new update, they started putting moonshine in there. They was like, destroy the moonshine or whatever. Why would they do that? Oh, I think they was purposely targeting us on that one too.
Oh, absolutely. That's exactly what I planned. So, and you know what? We're sorry about that over here. And I'll ask, now we just did the new contracts with Dr. Dre. How would y'all feel if we allowed y'all to make a Who Down band of sorts, and we'll bring in who do y'all like? Who would y'all? Billy Ray Cyrus?
No.
Would y'all like Billy Ray Cyrus?
No, I'm not gonna say that, but still.
Oh, because really,
no damn Billy Ray Cyrus.
Well, okay.
I want Madame Leclerc again. I want Madame Leclerc again. I want to finish those missions. I want to find the mystery of the man who killed her fucking husband and why they did it and why we got framed for it. We still don't know that. We still wandering in the woods. We still in these fucking camps. Don't even know why we got freed from Madame Leclerc for 3 fucking years. What point of this is fun anymore? Nigga, I want to go to a hotel and take a bath. Do you understand that the only way I could wash...
Oh, no.
Do you understand that the only way I can wash up is by hopping in the motherfucking river or finding a fucking barrel to throw water on my fucking face? That's the only way I can get dirt off me. I've been itching for years. Fucking chaps don't work, nigga. This shit don't not work.
Look, and, you know, especially to you, Mr1FunnyMofo. Why can't you just let the game run its course? What's the point of doing all this? Why do you feel the need that you have to go to New York and pickets and you got to start to save Red Dead? Why? Every game has a time limit, and what if the time has finally clicked on Red Dead? Why can't that just be the case?
Buddy, you the... I think he went halfway. Oh my goodness. The game can't run its course no more. It's ran its course and it's just dead now. It's like the Capitale is so unrewarding. Like, I feel like that's what it is. It's a lack of rewards in this game. You don't get much, and then the stuff that they give us is so off par with what they could give us. It's almost as if they did the shit on purpose, giving us these goofy outfits.
I feel my outfit's not goofy.
I mean,
it was free, and it was kind of the stuff that they already had in the game.
The outfits that we got
like
on are cool. But I'm saying, like, for a majority, like, I'm talking about the update outfits. We got a cow print leather jacket. That's the only jacket, if anybody knows about the jackets on this game, the only jacket that has ever draped like that is one of them big dumbass jackets that don't even fit right. That's the first form-fitting trench jacket, and they made it cow print. A yellow cow print at that. Not even, they made that bitch bright brown and yellow cow print. Then to top it off, the option of open vest, you see characters with open vests in the game, in the literal game. NPCs have open vests. The first time they give us an open vest, it's with that cardigan, and it's just flabby. That's it. Then you got the stuff before that with the fucking the big ass, like he was talking about, the pimp hats. We got those big feathery hats. We get all of these big ass feathery hats as if we want to wear that shit. Yeah, it's cool to wear for fun, but ain't nobody really trying to call themselves a cowboy with a fucking pimp suit. You see what I'm saying? Like, ain't nobody trying to walk around with that big wide shoulder voodoo man looking ass jacket. Man, don't nobody want to see that. That snake skin thing, don't nobody want to see that. You want to actually get the feel from when you have watched those cowboy films like The Good, Bad, and Ugly and fucking A Few Dollars More and stuff like that. So, you know, me being a fan of the whole cowboy shit, I definitely have gotten a rush out of just story mode alone. I feel like you could hop on story mode to feel what it's like to be in an interactive setting versus being on online.
Oh, Mr. Funny, have you returned?
Yeah, I'm back.
Cool.
Oh, well, welcome back. I asked a question before you so eloquently left the table.
My fault.
Hey, you got
Question up.
well, you got big fingers. Do I got big fingers too? I think so. Yeah. So as we know, every game has its course to run, and not everything can last and age like fine wine. So, with that being said, why do you feel that this game has to run longer than it has? I mean, I hate to knock on my own game, but we saw that the beginning of it wasn't so pretty, so to speak, and it's been some years now, and y'all seem to be displeased. Why can't you just simply say that the game has run its course and feel the need to force information and an update? We'll say information for the most part, and an update secondary.
With that question that you asked me, sir, I would question you. What makes you think a 9-year-old game such as GTA 5 hasn't it run its course? Hasn't a 9-year-old game run its course? GTA Red Dead came out. I don't know. Red Dead came out in 2018, and it was Game of the Year, won many awards. So after 3 years, the game has run its course, but yet a 8-year-old game is still running.
Let that make old sense, ass motherfucker drop.
Well, you had GTA 5 on 3 different consoles now. You only had Red Dead on 1. How is it old, or how is it past its prime?
Well, what can I say? GTA is the Elder Scrolls of hood gaming. But
to be honest with you, GTA ain't even that fun after you play this.
But don't say such blasphemy such as that. Anyways, what would you, if GTA's continue to grow simply for the fact that the updates that we put out for them has gained major appreciation, while we could put out something over here such as, we'll say, the blood money. Y'all don't seem to enjoy that as much, and really we've gotten some blowback for that. I feel like, wouldn't that state that the game is in a dead situation, or would you say, you know what? How do you feel about that then?
I would say that the 2 different content drops that you make for the 2 different games, they're not equal. They're not on the same level. One is superior than the other one, and whatnot like that. And when you keep giving the less superior content drop to the game, then yes, you're going to see the blowback from people not interested, people not playing, and people are not even involved.
So you feel that they're not superior, but wouldn't a great way to show that the game is still alive is to, we'll say, to make a way of enjoyment from what we drop? And then as y'all show enjoyment, maybe has it been a consideration that we'll continue to add more content or upgrade to what y'all feel may be a superior level of content to match that of the GTA?
I would say that, once again, one is superior than the other, and one is not, because when GTA gets an update, not only do they get updates of new content, new cars, new weapons, but they also get new clothing constantly. They get new radio stations. They get new mechanics and games to life. They get so many options of more new stuff, of new tattoos, new masks, and things like that. When has the newest piece of clothes been introduced to this game? What's the newest piece of clothes been added this past year?
That cow print leather jacket.
Oh, what about, okay, well, nothing new, but we did look on YouTube, and the outfit that I'm wearing now was from a big YouTuber who made the Doc Holiday outfit, which we made the clothing pieces that he used for free. What about that? We're interacting with the community. Can that be considered?
No.
So out of the 3 years, you're the first time you've actually reached out to one community member, you try to do that. Okay, cool. You do that to GCA all the time. You always acknowledge their people, but one time you try to throw us a bone, you expect me to lick and love it for the rest of my life? No, that's what you're supposed to be doing. I'm not going to give you congratulations for something that you're supposed to be doing. Acknowledging your community, acknowledge your creators. Okay, that's what you're supposed to do.
Right, I suppose. Well, if you're not satisfied and you seem to not enjoy the things that we put out, and you feel like the game has not run its course, well then, why don't you take the approach of speaking with your wallets? Why do you feel that we have to go to such degrees, such as going in front of offices and things that you've got this save the Red Dead seems to be trending, so to speak. I mean, we may have some things in the works. Why can't you continue to keep it virtual? Why do we have to feel the need to be more in your face? You know, I feel that's could lead to a lot of situations. Explain that then.
This is how I feel. I feel like the relationship between us right now, the players and this company, is very toxic. Because if you're employed at a job and you call no show so many times, you're fired. If you're in a relationship dating someone and the communication stops, the courtship is over. So once again, we're in this position where we are the customer and we are demanding communication from this company, and they're not willing to give us communication. So thus, because the communication is stopped, then we need to end this toxic business relationship. It's over with. So thus, that's where the movement needs to continue. That's where people need to shut off and people need to boycott.
Shut off and people need to boycott. Oh my Lord, I don't think such a great thing has happened to a game since ever. So this is what you feel it's come to. What could we? Okay, so let's say we're listening, huh? Let's say this gets past me, Rockstar Advocate, and gets to I'll take it to the higher up. What would it take for you to not do this and not go for this boycotting type situation? We're moving past the money. We're talking about the face-to-face, talking about actual movement now. What would it take for you to be satisfied and for this to kind of just go away and we put this in the past?
To be honest, it really depends on you, the advocate, and you, the company. Because this is not our first movement of Save Red Dead. We've done a clown movement. We've done all types of other things asking for content over the past times. And it seems like we have to constantly keep repeating ourselves or keep doing these different things for this particular game when it's like pulling teeth. And it shouldn't be that way. I don't know what to say. The ball is in your court. And unfortunately, a lot of folks are not willing to walk away and stay loyal because, once again, this is a dysfunctional, abusive, toxic relationship and it needs to end.
True. I see that's how you feel. So what if we were to say, put out a message, Rockstar or Red Dead not dead, and then leave it at that? How much longer would you be willing to wait if we said something of that nature?
I'm not willing to wait no longer. My patience is max. Like I said, once again, when you look at Red Dead by the numbers, it's been over 200 days since update, and then a year since they've added any new content, clothing, cars, weapons, or anything like that. So why do we keep continuing this cycle? Why do we keep continuing this dance? There's other developers, there's other people who are willing to give other time and other resources into other things that we want.
Well, I see. So what you're saying is, now that you feel that it's time to focus on Red Dead, and until that time comes, you will continue this this boycott of sorts.
As of right now, yes, sir. We're willing to keep continuing on. We're willing to make our voices heard online. We keep on with the hashtag. And there's been a lot of support online, and you see a lot of people sharing and interacting that has went on, and they know that they're making a movement, and they are dedicated to their cause.
All right. Well, funny, Mr. Funny, I'll call you that. It was a pleasure talking to you. I enjoyed hearing your take, I suppose. Can you leave us some details once again about where we can see some of these some of your detailings? We may bring it up in the next meeting.
First of all, I want to thank you, Mr. Smiley Mode, man. Go follow this guy. He's a fun guy to play with.
I don't know that man. I don't talk about him.
I'm sorry, Mr. Advocate. You can find me definitely. I'm on Twitter as Mr.1FunnyMofo. You can find me on Instagram at 1FunnyMofo .memeking. And then I'm on Facebook. So yeah, find me there.
Do you hear that? They're even using Facebook. That thing is dead.
Exactly, dead. But I still got an audience there.
I'm sick. I guess I'll take my leave.
Nah, man.
Martha.
Overall, man.
And this is why y'all Red Dead players not getting nothing out here bullying and Martha. Got up with the violence.
Got up.
Oh my god.
Oh goodness gracious. That man really saw someone get pushed and says, you know what, I need to go sit down and take another drink. Look at this dude. It's been an interesting podcast, I'll tell you what.
Yeah. Yeah, though, at the end of the day, we just want to get some clarity amongst the situation. This is this podcast is not to offend or attack any content creators or any fans of the game and stuff. It's not a life or death situation to pick a side. You just simply stating our opinions and our sides of the matter. And
absolutely.
Yeah, man. At the end of the day, we just want to keep this game alive to get it to the potential that it could be, because it's ultimately a great game. And
absolutely,
yeah,
and the
man,
potential is there because not only since we started this movement, we made over 2 million impressions online, where people have been sharing, retweeting, posting, sharing their stories, sharing what they want to see happen, and some people are shooting directly to people, and like we need to continue that. And like you said, there needs to be no hate in the community or anything like that. It just needs to be support and encouragement, because we all want the same thing. And we shall wait until there's not no more.
Yeah. You know, I've never really seen such a thing. So Red Dead is a really interesting place as far as the drama surrounding it. Because when you come into Red Dead, you log in and you come to play, and just based off the world it's solely built, it's a great world. You know, you got your different sections. You can really roam if you wanted to. Like if I wanted to come on here, see, I got games where I say I just want to go look at chickens, and I just come on. I don't do nothing. I just kind of sit there and maybe walk a step or two and do something on the computer while the screen is right next to me and I can see stuff happen. And this is one of them games where you could really come in here and just sit down and look, see stuff happen. And off that solely, it's great. But then you have things and the potentials of it. Like you have your content, you got your blood monies, which ain't that great to begin with, but we ain't gonna talk about that. But the fact, you know, blood monies, they say, hey, rob this jewel, or you got your bounty huntings, or you got your moonshines, or things like that. So stuff is nice, and yet there's more, and they haven't added in there, and it's so common. It's common sense stuff, like we've said multiple times, so I don't really need to repeat all of it, but like wagons, where you can have your friends in it, or maybe you can have a one time where, I don't know, you can shoot the first plane or something. I don't know, you know, so stupid stuff we're talking, but, you know, Amelia Earhart type junk or whatever. Who invented the plane? Wasn't it like some sticks and paper and stuff? But, you know,
right, brothers.
Have some fun like that where you find it just randomly in the world and you're like, you could try it out and try to fly off a cliff and fly for a few seconds and crash. It'll be fun. You know, stupid fun stuff that can be like that. Should be in here, and things that y'all have kind of seen in the notes, like the houses and stuff like that. Things you should be able to do in an online game that's as good as this and has much potential and room as this. But it's not here. But the game is good. And so the game is good. The potential is here. Nothing's being done with the potential that's needed. And so now y'all talk about, like, you have the boycott. We got to save Red Dead. Red Dead might be dying. But it's better than most online games that are still up. Like, me and JoJo was playing a game called, I forgot the name of that game. What's that skate game?
Oh, Hover.
You know, yeah, we was playing Hover, and the servers are on. They're not updating it at all whatsoever. And we got into it, and it was super fun.
It was dope.
And the same could be going for things like Absolver, which is just dead, but there's so much more content that should have been added.
So much more.
And so it's like, it's crazy that y'all got to be in a spot where y'all have to say this game is on the verge of dying because y'all aren't using the potential that it has, you know? And it's not like it's a small company that's where it's like, okay, yeah, we got to stop working on it. Sorry, guys, we have something we got to keep working on, something else. Or some developers bought us out and they're saying, hey, we got to work on this now. We can't work on Red Dead no more. It's like, you know, I'm a major company with multiple departments, and if I want to, we really can just start putting out things for this game, like boom, 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 like dominoes falling. It's just back to back to back to back to back. And yet it's not happening in any way, shape, or form. And they have an information department, surely, because every job has an information department or a media department, something that can talk to the people outside the company, and yet they haven't relayed anything to that department to say a single thing about the thing. Like, if they were really working on the game in any paper form, and it's been said multiple times by multiple people, not just in our circle but in Twitter, where at least one person can see and say, hey, can we get some information? Are y'all working on something? How far out may it be? Where can y'all say, hey, we're working on GTA right now, and then once GTA is done, then we'll get back to Red Dead, and this is what it's looking like. And we're kind of owed that, but not really, because it's not like they have to. But you would think that someone that would like to have people playing their game for servers that they're keeping up for some reason, they would say, hey, this is what's happening, so keep playing, keep your hopes up. Just keep building stuff. This is coming, so don't worry about it. And that would blow a lot of this over. So it kind of makes you wonder what's their mindset over at Rockstar. Like, what are they really thinking about, or what do they really have planned? Because something simple that could be done hasn't been done in any way, shape, or form. It's just crazy. It's kind of a crazy. I've never seen something like this, or never thought something like this would happen. You know, just in a simple aspect. Because really, that's really kind of what it all comes down to. Yes, we would love to have the updates, but if we were just talking simple, like, okay, all this is over, we got something from them, it would really just be saying, hey, this is what we're doing right now. I know y'all been wanting something. We're working on GTA. We really need to work on GTA because we have this going for it. We got this planned, and y'all see we have this GTA thing going on. So this is what we're doing. We moved a lot of resources there. Red Dead time will come, but it won't come for a little bit. That would help a lot. Now, I know Funny says, hey, I'm tired of waiting, and that's understandable because it's been some years and y'all haven't got nothing but cheese. I'm new, got Red Blood Money, and said, you know what, this is kind of boring. So you can imagine people who don't get nothing from Blood Money being like, yeah, you know, why are we playing this? If I want to rob somebody so bad, I'll just go rob them. So like, yeah, it's been a long wait, but I'm sure even if they were just to kind of be talkative and say, hey, this is where we at, it would blow a lot of stuff over as far as easing tensions. And then it'll go from, wow, they really just don't care about Red Dead to they're working on GTA, which kind of sucks, and I hope they stop soon, but they said, hey, we coming, we next. We not now. I wish we was maybe in a few weeks later. It don't look like we a few weeks later, but they said we are definitely next, and we definitely coming. So at least we got that. So at least a definite, okay, we are on the map. It's just about when are we on the map. But now it's like, are we on the map? Is our time coming? Are we just playing this game for no reason? Should we go find another cowboy game? I mean, what are we really doing right now?
I mean, I wish it was. I personally was gonna say that I feel like they would be way better off with just like giving this game to the brother that quit and letting him work on it. Like if that was ever a possibility, I feel like that would be the only way to save this game. Cause for them to constantly piss on the game the way they do, it's starting to feel like it's purposely dying. Cause that's the only way for this game to not continue, is for them to purposely fuck it over. There's nothing going on with this shit, man. And it's frustrating because there's so much to go on with it. So yeah, that's the way I look at it. They doing this shit on purpose.
Yeah. Definitely what it feels like. Which is, if they weren't, they have a very low EQ in their department as far as managing with people, because that's kind of ridiculous. Even us in a hospital, when we have to talk to nurses and stuff, like we kind of got to keep the information that we're going, like, hey, this is what's happening with this patient right now. You know, or even when I was working in at a gym, like it was like a workout gym and has stuff, and it was like you gotta let people know, keep the information going. Hey, you can't do this right now. Hey, don't do this right now, or hey, we got this going on, or this, that, and third, blank, 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 blue, 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 whatever. So, for a company that has an outreach to millions of people, and I'm sure with a department that's focused solely on interaction, they have done a very subpar job for even intern.
Yeah. Because that goes back to what Johnny was saying. IGN is one of the top internet gaming news information people out there, and they're not even willing to share the information with them, or even let them be the intermediaries for IGN and say, hey, IGN, tell the customers that we got something in the cooking, or hey, you know what, I'm going to spoil the surprise, IGN, and then you tell them that something huge is on the way or whatever. No, they don't even do none of that. They don't do no communication at all, and it's like, what do you do when you get ignored in a relationship or an event? What do you do when you get ignored? You have to, and you're trying to get your point across. You don't want to get violent, but you need your point across.
Exactly. It really feel like they. Well, when you said they have a moonshine thing, funny not funny, it's like kind of like it sounds like they're saying, "Hey, all y'all people on Red Dead, you might as well switch over to GTA, and we'll add some of your favorite things that they got over on on Red Dead on the GTA, so you can feel included, and it's not such a culture shock." But this was going to happen.
Yeah, and that's the thing. That's why I was saying, like, they might as well go ahead and get that shit to the brother Dan, because for real, he ended up quitting, and I looked him up, and it said that he was working on his own, like a game development company. You know what I'm trying to say. He came up with his own shit, and if he was the one that was like the main idea for this game, why is he not taking control of it? Are they doing that? Like, are they just keeping it functional until they give it to him, or what is the case? Because yeah, man, that wasn't necessary. You must be drinking too much moonshine on the radio station, and them having you shoot up moonshine shacks. Like, yeah, they really have said, even to the point of giving out contracts when that's what this game was, and they give you way more. We still don't have a property, and they gave us a whole fucking building with Chop inside the building. You got the dog inside the building, free snacks inside the building, thick bitches at the office. You got a whole armory where you could buy armor and guns and customize your weapons. You could pull in all of your cars in the garage. You could fly your helicopter. You could grab a parachute from the top of the roof, like Franklin be in there every now and then. You got different plaques on your wall. You got a sleeping quarters in that bitch. You can't do none of that on here with these contracts. This contract, they fucking give you some more paper to do more contracts. Like, they just really bombed us out on this.
That really don't make no sense.
That's really what they did. That's what they did to us.
Yeah, that's kind of bogus. That's pretty bogus.
Man, that's how I feel about it. Like, I just feel like they starting to kind of just make it a real slap in the face to the community with what they've been doing, and I don't really personally appreciate it, which is why I agree. Yeah, we do need to step it up somehow, but in the meantime, I don't like playing this game like that no more. I don't really get on this motherfucker. Like, I don't.
Yeah.
So,
and now look what happened. They done made Funny the face of the face of Save Rockstar.
And now one bold hero comes to save Red Dead from the depths of Twitter
with a simple tweet. So, anyways, I feel like we might as well go and get some picket fences and stand. Good God of Mighty. What? Face of Red Dead. Face of Red. This man is a monster.
What's that called?
Funny, what you doing? I sat down and watched that whole interaction. My God. Yo, you know what? For the sake of the movement, we can't explain what just happened. We're just gonna leave it as it was.
Off camera.
This man a monster who needs to go to jail after this happens.
Goodness gracious. Well, yeah, though, man.
So last question for me for Funny specifically. So you got okay. So you feel we need to go personal, we need to go face to face, and Jojo said earlier, not a lot of people maybe have the means to do that, and there may be is there a possible way for people who don't do that to maybe interact? So would it be possible for a way to maybe live stream and show support through YouTube? So saying have 1,000 streamers at the live stream picketing, or is it possible maybe to start a Save Red Dead picture fest where people can show their face and just put it on Twitter and say Save Red Dead, show maybe some merch, show the game, show themselves with the merch, show themselves with the game, start throwing pictures out there so they can see the faces of Red Dead. Or is there something we can do possibly in Red Dead, even though I know it might be counterproductive to they might eat and be like, look at this, all our numbers on it. Or something, or can we maybe like come in the game and choose a building and set it on fire and say we're lit for change or something? I mean, like, what do you think?
All right, so this is what I think. Alternative to all this is if we want to, let's say February 1st comes and goes. February 2nd comes, they give us a new update, or they give us a new monthly activity, and it's more crappier than this one. Then what I would do instead of protesting or whatever, I would say that myself, I would go get a video. I would take my Red Dead disc, and I would break that shit and post it on.
Good God.
And I would ask everybody else to do the same thing. Because what's the purpose of having over 100 gigs on your station set aside for a game that's not giving you content? Also, too, the problem is that some of us paid over 100 for this game. And then on top of that, some of us are also paying $60 or more a year for the PlayStation Plus. On top of that, month after month, you're paying your Wi-Fi and every stuff like that too. That's more and more money that I'm being pushed into them, and that's the overall of the game. And I feel like that's a lot of money that I put into this, and if they're not willing to give it money out, then we need to go ahead and break our disc and just end with it. Delete the game.
You're gonna have to eat some of them Tokido rolls.
I said, let's get permanent.
Absolutely.
Man, Mr. Funny,
or
I
I
can truly
mean,
say
or if
that.
you want to, you can do a bonfire. You can get all your Red Dead stuff, throw it in the fire. I don't know. I'm thinking of how can, what can we do to show them that, like, hey, they're being hurt because this movement. We've been sharing stories already. And some people have been showing their Red Dead characters, and other folks have been doing all types of awesome, cool things, fan art, and like people making custom videos, and it's been really, really cool. But out of all that coolness and the community coming together, the company still refuses to do anything. So thus, we need to hurt them. We need to hurt them for their investor call. We need to hurt them. And what I would say is just stop playing their game. Because if they're not seeing streaming numbers or whatever, or whatnot like that, that's something that they're going to have to explain to their investors.
Right. See, I like those ideas. I feel that I can be a part, because I definitely can't make it to New York. I got to work. I got a job. But those, see, and that's good. It's great to provide alternatives. I enjoy those alternatives because I mean I can also participate and help show solidarity, which is really something that Red Dead needs right now as far as being attention. It's just solidarity. Oh my goodness. This COVID messing my nose up.
What you said.
I hope I don't
How
got
long have you had
COVID.
How long have you had it?
Man, I hope I haven't had it. But this cough been going crazy. So if it is, I done had it for what? Since last Friday? Maybe last Sunday?
Oh shoot.
I don't even think it is. I really just think I got a cough, but I don't cough. Like I don't. It's not something I do. And I'm coughing if I laugh and stuff, so it's kind of crazy.
I'm dealing with a cough and a respiratory thing. I was cleaning some mold and mildew downstairs in my basement. Got my lungs.
Mold and mildew?
Yeah, man. Trying to clean it.
Oh man.
You think mold and mildew can cause a cough?
Yeah, man.
Oh my
Hell yeah.
goodness.
Getting your system will fuck you up.
Oh my goodness. Maybe it's mold and mildew. We getting off topic. Oh God. His cough done got to my cough. Our cough's communicating.
Exactly. But our costs
So,
combined.
over here talking. We got him, so did.
Hell no.
Oh,
Is Rick still here?
I don't know.
Alright, well, if he not, then we gonna pretty much wrap it up here. If y'all did enjoy the content, be sure to stay tuned. But before we go, once again, I'd like to thank my man, Mr. Smiley Mo Gaming, the Weird Rick,
Shabba.
and also motherfucking Mr1FunnyMofo. Also, shout out to y'all for viewing and tuning in. I hope that y'all have a good day. Stay tuned for more content, and if you do want to support the game, www.nachoboys.com. Funny, you want to get them a link one more time? And Mo, do you want to drop a link to where people can check out that Sleepy Hours tape and also support it? Alright, man. And y'all already know, it's your boy Johnny Nacho. We out.